What's going on, everybody? How is it going tonight? Give it a minute or two, let people join in before getting our game going. I'm just going to get this going on my iPad so I can see the comments as they roll in. What are we doing here? We are doing, no, not that. That one. All right, there we go. And I want comments on. All righty. So we'll give it a minute or two here. We'll wait for everybody who wants to join in our game. We usually have a little bit of a late arriving crowd, so we'll give it a moment or two before we go into the rules. I know a lot of people who have played many, many times before. Let me fix that. They skip the rules because they've heard it over 100 times. I'm going to have tomorrow night for sure. I'm going to have the official count of how many of these play-at-home trivia nights we've done in 2020. It's a lot. It was 60-something in a row from like March until June. And then it's been off and on since. So I'm guessing we're well over 100 days of play-at-home trivia nights. But I'll have that account for you tomorrow for our final night of the year. All right. I'm going to go into full screen mode here. So the comments will be disappearing shortly. So if you're on Periscope and YouTube and you're making any comments, I won't be able to see them until after the presentation is done running. Facebook, though, I've gotten it up on my iPad here, so I should be able to see. But sometimes it's weird. They don't show up on that, and I see them after. So if you put something in the comments and I don't reply right away, I'm not ignoring you. I literally cannot see it. So I can't reply to what I can't see. But we're going to get rolling here. We're going to start with our rules on this snowy Tuesday night. Hopefully you guys are doing all right. A little bit of the white stuff coming down. Not a big deal. It's not going to stick around very long, I don't think. I think it's supposed to be warming up and raining in the next day or two. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about it too long, the snow being on the ground. So let's go to our rules. Enough about the snow. Let's play some trivia. We're going to play 5 rounds of pub-style trivia tonight. First round is a picture round, followed by 3 specific categories. And then we're going to end the night on a general trivia round, which would be made up of just some random questions. Each round is made up of 5 questions worth 1 point each, and then a bonus question, which is usually a little bit harder, so those are worth 2 points. So 30 questions in all is going to be asked of you tonight. Game takes about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes to play, depending on how many rants I go on in the course of the evening. I'm going to read you the questions. They're also going to appear on your screen, and you'll be a picture clue for every question. I'm going to read you the questions. You're going to write your answers down on a score sheet at home. Please do not put any answers in the comment section. That's a very important rule around here. You can use the official Trivia Nights with Greg Play at Home Trivia Nights score sheet. I have the link to the PDF file that you can download and print out. That's in the comment section. It's also pinned at the top of the Trivia Nights with Greg Facebook page, so you can find it there. You don't need to use that score sheet. You can use any piece of scratch paper you've got lying around the house. Just make sure you have enough room for 30 questions, and you group your answers together by round. So I'm going to read you the questions. You're going to put them down on your score sheets at home, not in the comment section. Then I will immediately repeat the questions. So I'll read you all 6 questions for each round, then immediately repeat them a second time in case you need to hear one again or see a picture clue for a second time. Then I'll give you a momentary pause to finalize your answers. If you're playing with a team, discuss to make sure you guys got what you want down on your sheets. Then I will reveal the correct answers to you, and you will be scoring your own score sheets there at home. So please, we're using the honor system here tonight. No cheating, no looking up answers, no changing answers, no filling in blanks, any of that kind of stuff. We're here to play for fun on a snowy Tuesday evening. There's no need to cheat. Even though 24 hours of play at home trivia night bragging rights is a very tantalizing prize, it's not worth cheating and selling your soul to acquire. At the end of the final round, our general trivia round, you are going to take a moment to add up the scores from all 5 of your rounds, and then put your big final score on your score sheet, circle it, make it nice and big so I can read it, then take out your fancy smartphones and take a picture of it, and then send that picture to me on Facebook Messenger or on Twitter. Or if you're playing along on YouTube, you can post your final score in the comment section. As always, you're allowed to double your score for 1 round. And you simply do that by circling the entire group of answers for that round before you hear the answers to it. So say you think you did really well on our picture round tonight. You got all 6 questions right and you want to double the score. In that moment that I give you in between reading the questions and revealing the answers, decide on doubling that round at that point. That's when you circle your answers. When we play the in-person game on Tuesdays and Wednesday nights at Firewater Saloon, hopefully soon, we'll be able to do that again. Your team has to turn in your answer sheet before I read the answers to you. So you don't have your score sheets with you when the answers are being read. So it's a little bit of a gamble. So in the spirit of the game, I ask you to do the same thing here. Please don't wait till after the answers are revealed and go, hey, I got all 6 questions right that round, I'm going to double it. Or don't wait till the end of the night and then just pick the round you got the most correct answers on and double that one. Again, we're playing on the honor system here. No need to cheat. Pick the round you're going to double before you hear the answers. Please. So again, the biggest 3 infractions you can commit, the 3 fatal sins here on our play at home trivia nights is, of course, cheating, looking up answers, anything along that sort. Putting your answers in the comment section is a big no-no, and then doubling your score for the round after you've heard the answers. Other than that, we're going to have a good night tonight. Kind of got a little bit of a theme going on tonight. We have our picture round for this Tuesday. We have mob movies. I'm going to show you pictures of 5 different mob movies. You have to identify what movie is being shown to you. We'll then have a category on Time's Person of the Year. For a while, it was the Man of the Year award, but it's been the Person of the Year award for about 20 years now, a little over 20 years. We'll talk about some of the men and women who have taken that honor. Interesting round. That was a fun round to research. College football bowl games is round 3 for you sports nuts. This is usually a time of year where we've got a lot of college football. I used to love it when I was more into college football than I am nowadays. Of course, this year with all the COVID stuff, not as many bowl games as we're used to, but doesn't mean we can't have a round on football bowl games. So that will be fun. And then casinos and gambling kind of tie together. The mob and the college football. We'll do a whole round on gambling. So a little connection there with the football, the mob, and, of course, casinos. They all kind of run hand in hand. And then we'll end our night with our general trivia round. So those are our categories for this evening. Of course, you'll see at the bottom of the screen That is my PayPal and Venmo information scrolling by you. If you're feeling generous and would like to send a tip, that would be very cool. Both of my main sources of income are on hiatus now. I cannot host trivia nights in front of large groups of people in public. There are no hockey games for me to go cover. There haven't been for quite some time. There's no scouting assignments for me to go on. So the tips are really important this time of year. So if you can, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Tipping is not required to play, but it sure is appreciated. If you'd like another way to help out, you can head over to that hockeywriters.com author page. That's also on that bottom banner. That's my page where you get over 600 different hockey articles I've written for that website, including my daily Today in Hockey History column. You never know when something from that column will show up in the form of a history question. But the more clicks I get over there, the more money they send me at the end of the month. So not only could you maybe get yourself a free trivia point, but you're also helping me out as well. So head on over there when you guys got some free time and check out all the great coverage going on at the Hockey Writers. All right, that's the first set of begging and pleading and promoting, and that certainly will not be the last. But we're going to move on, and we're going to start our game tonight. You guys are all here to play trivia, not listen to me try and sell stuff to you. So it is time to start this Tuesday night's game, and as always, we start with a picture round. Our picture round category tonight is mob movies. I'm going to show you pictures of 5 different mafia-related movies, not necessarily the Italian mob, but mafia-related movies. You have to tell me the name of the movie. Don't care about the actor. Don't care about the character's name. Just the name of the movie is what we're looking for here. So let's start with mob movie number 1. Which mob movie is this? This one is this one was It was well done, but it just too many flaws in the story. I'm not a big fan of historic movies because I'm a big history nerd. I love history. I love reading history books and history podcasts and all that stuff. But I don't necessarily like history movies because I'm such a history nerd that I get upset when they, Hollywoodize, if that's even a word, when they take some creative liberties and making to make the story better. They basically portray things that never happened as the truth. I'm not a fan of that. I get it. I understand why they do it. History is boring, so you got to flash it up a little bit. History is not boring if you are doing the right subjects, but I understand why they do it. I'm just not a fan of that. A lot of people have gotten mad at me over the years watching these types of movies and me shouting, that never happened. But that's just me. All right, here's movie number 2. Speaking of movies that made me yell at the TV, that never happened many times. This movie I'm going to just say this movie was based on real characters, but it was pretty much fiction. Yeah. This one is kind of based on real people, but not a accurate movie at all. At least I don't think so. Good movie, though. Good movie. They could have left about an hour of it on the cutting room floor, and it still would have been fine, but still a pretty good movie. What is the name of our mob movie number 2? Here comes number 3. Ooh, yeah. Doing a little Russian mob on this one. Our buddy Vigo. Which mob movie is this? See, this one's great because it wasn't based on a true story, so I didn't care what happened. It was fantastic. There was no inaccuracies to get mad at. What is the name of this mob movie right here? Let's move on to number 4. There is number 4. Oh, this is one that just angers the blood every time I watch it. One of the most inaccurate mob movies ever made, but I still watch it. Still watch it every time it's on. Not gonna lie to you, as bad as it is and as inaccurate as it is, I still manage to check it out when it pops up. All right, here's number 5. This is a classic. My favorite scene, maybe my second favorite scene from this movie. This is a good one. What mob movie is this right here? And we have a bonus question, as always, for 2 points. What is the name of the 1990 Coen Brothers Prohibition-era movie starring Gabriel Byrne and Albert Finney? What is the name of the 1990 Coen Brothers mobster flick that starred Gabriel Byrne and Albert Finney? If you know that one, you're going to get yourself 2 points. All right, let's repeat these real quick for you. Let's go through the picture clues a second time in case you need to see that. There's mob movie number 1. There's number 2. Number 3. Here's number 4. And number 5. And the bonus question one more time. What is the name for 2 points of the 1990 Coen Brothers Prohibition era movie that starred Albert Finney and Gabriel Byrne? I don't think this was their first movie, no, but it was one of their firsts. This might be their second or third movie. All right, so I'm going to give you a minute here to finalize those answers for the picture round. If you think you did really good, you're a big mob movie fan, and you want to double your score, now is the time to put a big circle around your answers before I reveal them to you. So just put a big circle right around your whole group of answers for this round if you'd like to double. If not, that's all right. You still got 4 more chances to do that. I know not all of you are big mob movie fans. So you still have Times Person of the Year, college football bowl games, casinos and gambling, and our general trivia round if you don't want to use it here. All right, let's do our answers. My movie is the picture round tonight. Let's see how well you guys did. Movie number 1, Warren Beatty, Annette Bening. They became quite friendly with each other. This is Bugsy. Bugsy, the partly fabricated story of Bugsy Siegel. As I said, well done movie, just too many inaccuracies. Speaking of inaccuracies, this movie is full of them. The Irishman, the story of how supposedly Jimmy Hoffa was whacked by the mob. Yeah, as I said, good movie. Could have been about an hour less. You could have cut a lot of it out and still been fine, but you know, Scorsese's gonna Scorsese. Number 3, my guy Vigo playing a vicious Russian mob killer. Eastern Promises. This is a really good movie. Even if you're not this isn't like a mob movie per se. I mean, it does deal with organized crime and hitmen. This is a really good movie. I recommend this one. This was right after Vigo hit the big time with the Lord of the Rings. Good stuff. I recommend Eastern Promises. Number 4, a terrible, terrible movie, but I watch it every time. Another one that is just pretty much pure fiction. The Untouchables. The Untouchables. There's Frank Nitti about to get thrown off the roof by Elliot Ness, which never happened. He died getting hit by a train or died by a train. I don't think he was hit by the train, but he committed suicide. He wasn't thrown off a roof. So there's your other history lesson for tonight. And number 5, this is a great one. This is the famous horse track scene from A Bronx Tale. Come on, Kryptonite. Love this movie. This one is great. A few years back, I got to see Chaz Palminteri do this as his one-man show, and it was just fantastic. And the bonus question, what is the name of that Coen Brothers movie that has Gabriel Byrne and Albert Finney? That is Miller's Crossing. Miller's Crossing is the name of that movie. That's not your typical mob movie either, though it does have to deal with both the Italian and Irish mafias, gangs, whatever you want to call them. But it is your kind of more your Coen Brothers dark comedy. Good movie. Very good movie. Not one of up there, not as good as like a Big Lebowski or some of their other big hits, but still pretty good. All right, that's enough of the mob for tonight. Let's move on to the Times Person of the Year. Of course, this was called the Man of the Year Award for a long time. I believe it was 1999. They changed it to Person of the Year, and it hasn't even been limited to people or a specific person. It's been given to groups of people, general groups of people. It's been given to inanimate objects in the past as well. But we're going to talk about Times Person of the Year. So let's get to it. Round number 2 of 5. Here we go. Question number 1. What Soviet leader was honored by Time for the second time and named the Man of the Decade in 1989? What Soviet leader was named Man of the Year for the second time and also named Man of the Decade in 1989? Looking for the Soviet leader who was named the Man of the Decade in 1989. Number 2, who was the first person to force Time to change the title of the award to Woman of the Year? Was that Wallis Simpson, Queen Elizabeth II, or Eleanor Roosevelt? Who was the first person to force Time to change the title of the award to Woman of the Year? Was it Wallis Simpson, Queen Elizabeth, or Eleanor Roosevelt? Number 3, true or false, both Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin were named Man of the Year. True or false, both Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin were named Man of the Year. Number 4, how many popes have been honored by Time magazine with this award? Is it 0, 2, or 3? How many times has a pope been named the Man or Person of the Year? 0, 2, or 3? Question number 5 for the Person of the Year category. Who is the only U.S. president to be named Man of the Year before being elected to the office? Who was the only U.S. president to be named Man of the Year before he was actually president? And a little bit of fact, he won it a second time once he became president. Pretty much becoming president means you're going to win this award at least once. I think every sitting president except one since Time magazine began this tradition has won the award. But who was the only U.S. president to be named Man of the Year before electing office? And that's just going to tell you right now, I am not counting this year's Persons of the Year. I am not considering Joe Biden the answer. So don't put him down. This was before 2020. But this particular U.S. president won Man of the Year before being elected to any public office. So it's not Joe Biden, who he and Vice President-elect Harris were named this year. And I always laugh about the people who get outraged of who gets picked for this award every year. Like, it's a magazine cover. It's a magazine. They're going to put somebody on there that's going to sell copies of the magazine, because that's when you're a magazine, especially today, as print is pretty much all but dead, your main objective is to sell copies. So you're going to put somebody on the cover that is going to sell copies. It's a sales, it's a marketing campaign. That's all it is. Don't get upset about who's on the cover of a magazine. It doesn't mean anything. This award really doesn't mean anything. It's just something we could play trivia about. Don't get upset. There's much bigger things going on right now that you can get upset about, except over who's on the cover of a magazine. And the bonus question for 2 points. Who is the only father-son duo to both win the Man/Person of the Year award? Who is, for 2 points, who is the only father-son duo to win both the Man or Person of the Year award? Looking for the only father-son duo to win Man/Person of the Year. All right, let's repeat these questions for you. Times Person of the Year award, round number 2. Question number 1, what Soviet leader was honored by Time for the second time and named the Man of the Decade in 1989? Number 2, who was the first person to force Time to change the title of its award to Woman of the Year? Was that Wallace Simpson, Queen Elizabeth II, or Eleanor Roosevelt? Number 3, true or false? Both Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin were named Man of the Year. Number 4, how many popes have been honored by Time magazine with this award? Is it 0, 2, or 3? How many times has the Pope been the Man or Person of the Year? Never, twice, or 3 times? Number 5, who was the only U.S. president to be named Man of the Year before being elected to office? So technically, Joe Biden doesn't even fit this category because he was already elected to the office when he was named. He just hasn't been sworn in yet. Regardless of what some Facebook pages want to tell you, he was elected president when he was named Person of the Year. So he doesn't even fit this category. The bonus question for 2 points. Who's the only father-son duo to both win Man/Person of the Year? One set of father and son has both won this award. Who are we talking about? If you know them, you're going to get 2 bonus points. I'll give you a minute here to finalize those answers. If you're looking for a customized trivia night to play at home, either build a game for your TV to host yourself with your group of friends. If you want something fun for New Year's Eve, please let me know immediately, within the next hour after this game is over with, and maybe we can make that happen. But if you want a game made for your own private party at home, or if you got a big corporate event, Zoom call, or a chat with friends online, and you'd like to come and host a virtual trivia game, just send me an email to the gjb1979@gmail.com, and we can discuss business. I can either send you a complete game to play at home and host on your own, or I can jump on your video conference call for your team building events or happy hour get-togethers, and we can do trivia online just like we do it here 4 nights a week. So just drop me a line. Also, make sure you like the Trivia Nights with Greg Facebook page, and you're following me along on Instagram and Twitter. That's where you'll be able to find trivia clues and updates, especially when we get back to the in-person games. You'll get your categories and your free questions of the day and get the vote for players' choice rounds, all that fun stuff. But also Twitter, Facebook, that's where you'll find all links to all my hockey coverage over at the Hockey Writers, where, as I mentioned, I do the daily Today in Hockey History column, amongst also covering the Chicago Blackhawks, breaking NHL news, and the AHL, if and when that league ever decides to play hockey again. So that's all that fun stuff. Let's get into more fun stuff, like the answers for our Time Person of the Year award. Round number two of 5. Question number 1, what Soviet leader was Time's Man of the Decade in the 80s and also won Man of the Year twice? Mikhail Gorbachev. Mikhail Gorbachev is who we're looking for number 1. Number 2, who was the first person to force Time to change the title of the award to Woman of the Year? Well, that would be Wallis Simpson. If you don't know who she is, and I'm going to be honest with you, I had no clue who she was until I wrote this round. She was an American socialite who, because she was previously married and divorced before marrying King Edward VIII of England, he actually had to abdicate the throne in order to marry her. That's got to be some really good loving if you're willing to give up being King of England to marry this woman. She's doing something right. I'm going to say that. I don't know if she makes a mean chocolate cake or she just folds his undershirts the right way, but something is going on really good that if you're willing to give up being King of freaking England for a little piece of loving, Miss Simpson had it going on. That's why she was Woman of the Year, apparently. Back in 1936, Queen Elizabeth won it in 1952. Surprisingly, Eleanor Roosevelt never won this award. You'd think she would have with all the good stuff she did. Number 3, true or false? Both Adolf Hitler and Joseph Stalin were named Man of the Year. That is actually true. Stalin won it twice, actually. So, if you're going to be outraged over some dudes on a magazine for being honored for their accomplishments, maybe these two guys would be somebody to get mad about. Number 4, how many popes have been honored by Time magazine with this award? Go big or go home. 3 different popes, including our current pope, Pope Francis. Number 5, who was the only U.S. president to be named Man of the Year before being elected to the office? He also won it again once he was in office. That is Dwight D. Eisenhower. He won it for his being a general in World War II before becoming president. Eisenhower is who we're looking for number 5. And our bonus question for 2 points. Who is the only father-son duo to win the Man/Person of the Year award? That would be the Bushes, George H.W. and George W. Bush. I gave you a big clue when I said pretty much every sitting president, except for I believe one, has won the award. So if you were paying attention, that should have helped you out with this one. So we're looking for both George Bushes. I believe W won it twice. They must have had really low standards back in the early 2000s. All right, here we go. Let's do next round. College football bowl games. College football bowl games is round number 3. This is the time of year when we're used to seeing a lot of fun college football games. Bowl games don't quite mean as much as they used to with the oversaturation. And now you got teams with pretty much everybody makes it to a bowl game. Back in the day when there was only maybe 12 or 15 games, they meant a little more. But since we can't watch as many bowl games as we're used to, we can have a trivia round on them. So here we go. Here's one for you college football fans. Question number 1. The Sugar Bowl has been played in New Orleans every year except for 2006 when it was moved to Atlanta because of what event? The Sugar Bowl has been played in New Orleans every year except for 2006 when it had to be moved to Atlanta because of what event? Number 2, which of the following has never been the title sponsor of the Fiesta Bowl? Is it Nokia, Tostitos, or IBM? Which of the following has never been the title sponsor for the Fiesta Bowl? Is it Nokia, Tostitos, or IBM? Do you know your Fiesta Bowl? It's one of the big 4. I remember back in the day when there were no title sponsors for bowl games. Get off my lawn. That was before college football was the giant money-making machine that it is today, that the actual kids out there playing don't see a penny of. But, whatever. Question 3. True or false, the Sun Bowl is played in Phoenix, Arizona? True or false, the Sun Bowl is played in Phoenix, Arizona? Number 4, which of these defunct conferences sent their champion to the Cotton Bowl from 1941 until 1995? Was that the Big West, the Big 8, or the Southwest Conference? Which one of these defunct conferences sent their champion to the Cotton Bowl from 1941 until 1995? Was it the Big West, the Big 8, or the Southwest Conference? Defunct, that's a great word. Which one of these conferences that are no more used to send their champion to the Cotton Bowl from 1941 to 1995? Was it the Big West, the Big 8, or the Southwest Conference? Number 5. What school has won 25 Rose Bowls, by far the most in the history of the game? What school has won 25 Rose Bowls, by far the most in the history of the game? Who has won the most Rose Bowls? It's not even close. They've won 25. I think the next winningest school is 8. So this team has kind of dominated the Rose Bowl for years. Back when it was 2 teams from the same conference every year. Now that's a thing of the past. Bonus question time. The Holiday Bowl had been a fixture in San Diego since 1978. They're not playing the game this year. The game took on national prominence in 1984 when which school from the old WAC conference clinched the national title there? The Holiday Bowl had been a fixture in San Diego since 1978 for 2 points. The game took on national prominence in 1984 when which school from the old WAC conference clinched the national title at the game? Western Athletic Conference. What school won the national title at the 1984 Holiday Bowl? I remember the Holiday Bowl a lot as a kid because they always seemed to have, well, they always had they always had like the Western Conference teams out there, and it was always like a 65-56 game, like crazy high scoring game, like back in the 80s when that sort of thing, wasn't the norm as it is today. All right, let's repeat the questions for our college football bowl game round. Number one, the Sugar Bowl has been played in New Orleans every year except for 2006 when it was moved to Atlanta because of what event? What event in 2006 forced the Sugar Bowl to Atlanta? Number two, which of the following has never been the title sponsor of the Fiesta Bowl? Is it Nokia, Tostitos, or IBM? Number three, true or false, the Sun Bowl is played in Phoenix, Arizona. The Sun Bowl is played in Phoenix, Arizona. True or false? Number four, which of these defunct conferences sent their champion to the Cotton Bowl from 1941 until 1995? Was that the Big West, the Big Eight, or the Southwest Conference? Number five. What school has won the most Rose Bowls in the history of the game with 25? What school has won 25 Rose Bowls? The most ever. And the bonus question one more time. The Holiday Bowl had been a fixture in San Diego since 1978. For 2 points, the game took on national prominence in 1984 when a school from the old WAC conference won the national title at this game. What school was it that won the national championship at the 1984 Holiday Bowl? All right, I'll give you guys a moment to finalize those answers. Here's a look at our upcoming theme nights for the next few weeks. Tomorrow night, we got to bump up our theme night. It's usually on Thursdays, but because of New Year's Eve this week on Thursday, we're bumping it up to tomorrow night. So tomorrow is going to be all about 2020, the year in review. We'll ask all questions about things that did or didn't happen during the past year. Then January, we'll get back to Thursday nights. The 7th, we're doing all Arnold Schwarzenegger trivia. Thursday, the 14th, Oh Canada night. We'll do all Canadian trivia. You can bet there'll be a hockey round that night. So brush up on your hockey history between now and then. Thursday, the 21st, we'll be doing a Seinfeld night. Seinfeld is always one of my most requested topics for categories. So we'll do a whole night of Seinfeld questions on 21st. And then on the 28th, we're going to bring back another Star Wars night. We've done it a couple times in the past, but there's so much Star Wars stuff out there. We can definitely do another one. We may focus a little bit more on some of the Disney Plus stuff that's out there this time around, but we'll make it fun. We'll have a good time. Those are our theme nights through the month of January. I'll start putting together what we want to do in February coming up soon. I will bring back the Jeopardy night at some point in February. Those have been fun, but I don't want to do those too often because then they'll lose their appeal. So early February, we'll do the Jeopardy night again. Hopefully by then we're getting back to playing in person on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but we'll see how that goes. All right, let's do our answers. Round 3, it's the college football bowl game round. Let's do our answers real quick and get moving here. Number 1, the Sugar Bowl has been played in New Orleans every year since 2000, except for 2006 when it was moved to Atlanta because of Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina is why they played in Atlanta. Number 2, which of the following has never been the title sponsor of the Fiesta Bowl? Tostitos was for many years. IBM actually was one of the first title sponsors back in the 80s. So we're looking for Nokia. Nokia, that was a title sponsor for the Sugar Bowl for a bunch of years, but never the Fiesta Bowl. Number 3, true or false, Sun Bowl is played in Phoenix. That is false. That game is played in the lovely town of El Paso, Texas. Number 4, which of these defunct conferences sent their champion to the Cotton Bowl? From 1941 to 1995, that was the old Southwest Conference, that actually merged with the Big 8 and became the Big 12. Number 5, what schools won 25 Rose Bowls, by far the most in the history of the game? That'd be USC, the Trojans. They were pretty good for a long time. And for many, many years, probably over 100 or so, this game was played exclusively between the Pac-10 and the Big 10, and all that playoff nonsense and money ruined it, and now anybody can play in the Rose Bowl. To me, this game will always be Pac-10, Big 10. And the bonus question, that Holiday Bowl game in San Diego, which school won the national championship at the 1984 version? Well, I put a picture of Steve Young there for a reason. BYU. BYU is who won the championship there by beating Michigan. So that was their one and only national championship that year. All right, let's get moving on. We're lagging behind a little bit. I just checked the time. So let's get through our casino and gambling round real quick here. We got 2 rounds to go. Let's try and chug through these rounds as quickly as possible. Question number 1 for casinos and gambling. Each numbered slot on the roulette wheel is either black or red, except for the 0 and 00 slots. What color are they? What color is the 0 and 00 slots on a roulette wheel? Each numbered slot on a roulette wheel is either black or red, except for the 0 and 00 slots. What color are those 2 slots? Number 2, how many betting positions are there at a baccarat table? Is it 10, 12, or 14? How many betting positions are there at a baccarat table? 10, 12, or 14? I tried to learn how to play this game one time in Vegas years ago, and it just I was not having it. This is one of the games that the more popular in the high rollers lounges than on the main casino floor. But how many different betting positions are there at a standard baccarat table? 10, 12, or 14? Question 3, true or false, Oklahoma is home to the largest casino in the United States. True or false, Oklahoma is home to the largest casino in the United States. What I mean by largest is the actual square footage of the casino floor itself. Not necessarily, not including a hotel that's attached to it or the entire land that it's on. I'm talking about the physical casino itself by square footage. The largest one in the United States, true or false, is in Oklahoma. Number 4, in casino terminology, what is the term used to describe gamblers who are so wealthy they often lose millions? Is it a shark, a whale, or a fish? In casino terminology, what is the term used to describe gamblers who are so wealthy they'll often lose millions of dollars each trip to the casino? Is that called a shark, a whale, or a fish? If you've ever seen the movie Casino, then you should know the answer to this. Back to our mom movies. Question number 5. Most casinos offer betting on sports, also called a sports book. To get a bigger payoff, you can bet on several sporting events at once and bet that you'll win all of them. What is this called? Most casinos offer betting on sports, also called sports books. To get a bigger payoff, you can bet on several sporting events at once and bet that you'll win all of them. What is this called? What is it called when you make bets on multiple sporting events on the same ticket, and you have to win all of the bets in order to win big? I know one team out there that's not getting this question wrong. So what do you call it when you bet on several sporting events on one ticket? Bonus question for the casino and gambling round for 2 points. What poker hand is known as the dead man's hand? What poker hand is known as the dead man's hand? What specific cards are you holding in your hand if you have the dead man's hand? All right, let's repeat our questions real fast. Number 1, each numbered slot on the roulette wheel is either black or red except for the 0 and 00 slots. What color are those 2 slots? Question number 2, how many betting positions are there at a baccarat table? 10, 12, or 14? Number 3, true or false, Oklahoma is home to the largest casino in the United States. Largest when it comes to square footage of the actual casino floor. Number 4, in casino terminology, what is the term used to describe gamblers who are often so wealthy they will lose millions of dollars and not even break a sweat? Is that a shark, a whale, or a fish? Number 5, most casinos offer betting on sports, also called a sports book. To get a bigger payoff, you can bet on several sporting events at once, and you have to win all of them in order to cash in. What is this called? What is it called when you group together a bunch of different games all on one bet? It's not called a sucker bet. And the bonus question for 2 points, what poker hand is known as the dead man's hand? What are you holding in your hand if you have the dead man's hand? All right, I'll give you guys a moment to finalize those questions. Move through that one pretty fast because I noticed it's already 8 o'clock. So don't forget, we do this 4 nights a week. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. No Thursday night trivia this week, but again, next week we'll be back at it for 4 nights at 7 o'clock. You can play Facebook Live, YouTube, or on Periscope if you're one of those Twitter peeps. All right. Let's do our answers. Casinos, gambling, round number 4. Each numbered slot on a roulette wheel is either black or red, except for the 0 and 00 slots. What color are those? They are green. Green is our answer for number 1. Number 2, how many betting positions are there at a baccarat table? 10, 12, or 14? That'd be 14. 14 different betting positions in that game. True or false? Number 3, Oklahoma is home to the largest casino in the United States. That is actually true. A 400,000 foot square casino in Oklahoma. A lot of you probably thought Nevada, but actually, you don't even get to Nevada until the 3rd largest casino. Oklahoma has the largest. It beat out the Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut. Connecticut had it for the longest time, but Oklahoma recently beat them. All right, here we go. Number 4, in casino terminology, what is the term used to describe gamblers who are so wealthy they will lose millions of dollars and not even blink an eye? That is a whale. A whale. They use that term in the movie Casino quite a bit. Number 5, to get a bit of payoff, you can bet on several sporting events at once, but you have to win all the games in order to get that big payoff. What's that called? That's called a parlay. Parlay your bets. I know a lot of guys that do that. You can win a lot of money, but obviously the more different games you put on it, the more worth. The more you can win, but it's also harder to win. Sports betting, man, it's not as easy as it looks. And the bonus question for 2 points, what poker hand is known as the dead man's hand? If you're holding aces and eights, a pair of aces and a pair of eights, that's the dead man hand. Of course, it is referred to that because that is allegedly what Wild Bill Hickok was holding in his hand when he was shot in the back in Deadwood. Aces and eights is the bonus question for 2 points. All right, let's do it. Our final round, general trivia. Here's where I'm going to ask you some random questions. You're hopefully going to come up with the specific answers. And when I'm done with these and reveal the answers to you, you're going to take a moment to add up your scores from all 5 rounds and then send me your final scores. Take a picture of your score sheet. Send that to me via Facebook Messenger, and we'll figure out who our big Tuesday night winner is. I think the lowest scoring team should have to go to the winning team and shovel their driveway tonight. You guys make that bet? All right. General trivia question number 1. A calorie is a unit of measurement of what? A calorie is a unit of measurement of what? What is a calorie? A unit of measurement of. Question 2, the planet, what planet does the moon Titan revolve around? What planet does the moon Titan revolve around? Number 3, what theorem states a squared plus b squared equals c squared? What theorem states a squared plus b squared equals c squared? What theorem states a squared plus b squared equals c squared? Who remembers sophomore year geometry? Number 4, who was the first player to win baseball's home run derby twice? Who was the first player to win baseball's home run derby twice? Who was the first player to win the home run derby 2 times? Question number 5. What is the state capital of Montana? What is the state capital of Montana? A little U.S. geography for you here in the general trivia. Everybody likes geography every once in a while. Looking for the state capital of Montana. And our bonus question, final question of this Tuesday evening for 2 points. What album was number 1 on Rolling Stones magazine's 2005 list of the top 5 albums of all time? For 2 points, what album did Rolling Stones name its top album of all time back in 2005? For 2 points. What album was number 1 on Rolling Stone magazine's 2005 list of the top 500 albums of all times? All the times. All right, let's repeat these questions for you real quick so we can get on with our lives here on this Tuesday night. Number 1, a calorie is a unit of measurement for what? Number 2, what planet does the moon Titan revolve around? What planet does the moon Titan revolve around? Number 3, what theorem states a squared plus b squared equals c squared? Number 4, who was the first player to win baseball's home run derby twice? Number 5, what is the state capital of Montana? What is the state capital of Montana? And the bonus question for 2 points, what album did Rolling Stone magazine name as the top album of all time in 2005? What album was atop Rolling Stones magazine's list of the top 500 records of all time? All right, I'm going to give you a moment here to finalize those answers. Don't forget, as soon as I'm done revealing this round to you, go ahead and take a picture of your round, your final score, I should say, and then send that to me via Facebook Messenger, either to the Trivia Nights with Greg Facebook account or to my personal Facebook page. It doesn't matter. If you're on Periscope, you can send me a message via Twitter. And if you're playing on YouTube, you can just post your final score in the comment section if you don't have access to Facebook or Twitter. I started that YouTube channel because a few people at my in-person nights were telling me that they would love to play the online games, but they don't have Facebook. So that's why I started the YouTube channel. So if you're over there, please hit the subscribe button while you're playing along. All right, let's do it. Here's our answers. Final round, general trivia. Let's figure out who our big-time winner is tonight. Number one, a calorie is a unit of measurement of what? Did you get my picture clue there? Energy. It is a unit of measurement for energy. Number two, what planet does the moon Titan revolve around? My wrestling fan buddies in the room tonight, they got that one. Saturn is the answer. Perry Saturn in the picture there. Number three, what theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared? Probably the only theorem you remember, the Pythagorean theorem. That's a mouthful. Yeah, that one right there. That's the theorem we're looking for number three. Number four, who was the first player to win baseball's home run derby twice? That'd be the kid, Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr., one of my favorite ball players of all time. Number five, what is the state capital of Montana? Helena. Helena, Montana is the capital. The bonus, not a number, but a bonus question. The final question of the night for 2 points. What album was number one on Rolling Stone magazine's 2005 list of the top 500 albums of all time? Did my picture clue help you get the right answer? We're looking for Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, of course, by the Beatles. Sgt. Pepper is what we're looking for. If you have just that, you're golden. Tried to steer you in the right direction with that picture clue, so hopefully you figured it out and got yourself 2 points that round, or maybe you knew that because you agreed with it and you're a Rolling Stones subscriber. All right, but that is the end of the questions and answers, and I'm going to pop back up here in your full screen, and we're done with this. So now I'm waiting on you guys. It's your part. It's your time to do your part and send me your final scores. Let's see who our big winners are tonight. We've got a small group in the house tonight, but that's all right. We'll announce our big winner no matter who it is. All righty. Let's see who we got winning tonight's game. Just start sending me those final scores here on Facebook Messenger or whichever platform you're playing on. And we have at least 3 teams playing tonight, possibly 4. All right, rolling in. We got STD, the full squad, back in action tonight. Glad to see T back in the fold. Obviously, these weren't your categories tonight, but that's okay. They all can't be winners. Let's see what else we got going on here. All right, let's see. We got the Goonies. I have your score. Thank you. And we have Team Rios. I think there was at least one category everybody struggled in tonight. Either you didn't know your mob movies, you're not a football person, maybe all of the above. All right, we got this. All right, we got JK squared. Wake up, Justin. Letting the team down. All right, I have your score. Thank you, guys. All right. Let's get these going here. Close game at the top of the scoreboard tonight. See who came out on top. Yeah, we got here. All right, just give it a second here to see if we've got our double G and Z sending in a score. I know they had some service issues the other night. Let's see if we got them in here. Don't see anything yet. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and read our scores. We got a top 4 for this evening. Let's just double check, make sure I'm not missing anybody over here. Doesn't look like it. All right, here we go. Here's our top 4 for Tuesday night. In 4th place, not the greatest night you guys have ever had, but you still made the big board. 21 points, STD. I'm just happy that the trio is back together and everybody's feeling better. So congratulations on 4th place. 3rd place, we have JK squared, though it was just one JK for the last few questions there, allegedly. 26 points. That's good enough for 3rd place. Thank you, guys. In 2nd place, not as bad as you guys thought you were going to do. You struggle with mob movies, but you bounce back. Got the runner-up spot with 35 points. Team Rios, Joey, and Anna, thank you as always. And that was almost good enough to pull off the win. You came 1 point short. The Goonies for the 2nd straight night. You tied with Team Rios on Sunday for the win. You guys are all alone in 1st place tonight with 36 points. Congratulations, guys. And as always, thank you for stopping in and playing along, both here online and Tuesday nights at Firewater. Hopefully, those will be returning in the near future, sooner rather than later. Lord knows I need it to A, get out of the house, and B, make some money. But until then, we'll keep doing it right here at home, including tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. It's our theme night. It's all 2020 year in review questions tomorrow night. So hopefully we'll see you guys here again tomorrow at 7. Until then, please take good care of yourselves. Take good care of one another. Be kind, be patient, be smart, and we'll meet you back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for another play-at-home trivia nights. I'll get those categories out to you at some point tomorrow morning. See you guys tomorrow.